everyone. Welcome to RD Chess Hub. Today, I'll be playing against Henry while I talk about the connection or the interrelation between chess and finance. One interesting thing I find intriguing is that there is this kind of relationship you can find when you are a chess player, right? That helps with your financial management. You just get to be able to make certain decisions um, with patience, right? Chess is going to teach you patience. And when it comes to financial management, you really need to be patient, right? You don't want to jump on every trend. In Nigeria, for example, there have been a whole lot of Ponzi schemes where a lot of people who are not financially literate, right? They just want to make the money. They are not patient enough for them to plan strategically, right? So when you are playing chess, it's also one of the things you want to do. You don't just want to like start attacking without having a plan. You have to have a proper plan. Do you want to invest for a long term, or you are saving for a particular cause, right? So this strategic planning will help you to manage, you know, your finance, and at the same time you won't be able to make certain decisions that might eventually affect you, right? And that's one thing chess is going to teach you. Um, you need to place your pieces in some places, right? Just like my opponent is also doing, properly positioning your pieces, right? And then just watch as things unfold, right? So another thing you need to learn when it comes to finance is risk management. There is a need to have an understanding of what we call risk and reward, right? So um, what are your expectations in some of the risk you want to take? And one interesting thing is you have to understand yourself, right? You need to understand yourself that, oh, am I the kind that um, if I put in 100,000 naira in a particular investment, I'm ready to lose all of the 100,000 naira, right? And then, maybe to get as high as maybe 20%. One funny thing I've seen people do, right, is they want to reap where they didn't sow, right? So it's common among chess players as well, right? You see a lot of chess players um, that don't manage their risk very well, right? Um, One of them is, not having a full understanding of an opening, right? You don't understand the pros and cons of a particular opening, but you want to use it, right? There is something we call theoretical moves, right? Or book move when you are playing chess. These are the moves that are in theory. They are just moves that, I don't know, I think I'm not playing too very well. They are moves that are according to theory, that are according to how the moves are to be played, right? So you need to follow those principles, you need to follow those rules, you need to weigh in the benefit, the risk associated with that opponent. And also, if you are playing against an opponent, right, you also want to put this into consideration. Put this into consideration, and then just understand whatever opening your opponent is using as well. You want to use that to your advantage. Have an understanding of that opening, and play strategically. Right? You see, I'm talking in terms of chess now. Let's now bring it back to bring it back to finance, right? So some people they don't have a lot of risk appetite. Some people don't have a lot of risk appetite, but still we want to get 100% on our investment, which is not possible, right? I mean, it's possible, but imagine, you aiming for 100% in investment within a month. Say you put in a 1 million naira into a project, and the the project is telling you are going to get like double of your return. It's absurd, right? It's absurd. And then a lot of people might still fall for that same scam. A lot of people might fall for it. Um, so yeah, that's one thing you want to understand is that no free lunch, even in Freetown. So whenever you want to go into an investment, first thing is you have to have an understanding of that investment, just like you need to have an understanding of an opening before using it, right? So once you have an understanding of that investment, how long is it going to take? If it's too good to be true, then definitely it is, right? They are promising you 100%, 200% return. Then you should start asking questions like, what exactly am I used to doing with the money? Right? So you need to one, assess your risk. There are a lot of investment opportunities out there which you can do that might, fetch you not so much of huge return, but at least you are going to get. I'm in a very tight corner. I'm trying to manage this situation right here, and that's another thing you need to learn about finance as well, right? So there are a lot of company shares you can buy if you are the investment type, government bonds. What you just need is to just be financially literate. Just have an understanding of all of these things where you can put your money and make your money work for you. There are a lot of companies in Nigeria, right, that are doing very greatly in terms of the company um in terms of the company activities, how money is generated for the company and all of that. So you just try to inform yourself, be aware of all of these things, ask questions, and you see how you'll be able to have an understanding. And then when you have the understanding about all of these things, shares, mutual funds, and all of these financial instruments, right, or financial um, securities, you can then make proper investment decisions using these things. Okay, yeah, I think I'm playing very poorly. I'm playing very poorly. What can I do here? Hmm, I've lost either of these two. I think I'm just going to take this. I'm going to move this here. Okay, so another thing you need to learn is how to properly allocate the money that you have. A lot of people, yeah, understandably, right, the current situation in Nigeria, some people, what they receive, right, at the end of the month might not even be enough to feed themselves. Like, the debt that they have even before the end of the month. they still have to carry it over to the next month to offset the next salary, right? That's how bad it is, right? So one of the things I'm trying to play with time right now because this game I don't understand what's going on. So hopefully I can win my opponent with time. So yeah, I'm managing my time, I'm managing my PCs. So another thing you want to learn when it comes to finance is how to manage everything that you have, right? Look at me, I have a queen, a knight, two bishops. My opponent has two bishops, a queen, and a rook, right? I think looking at this position now, right, my opponent is better. How? You have a rook and you have a knight. So, and you know, their pieces are, well positioned, so to say. It's going to come with a check. Hmm. They are playing nicely, really. They are playing nicely. Okay. And I just have to resign this game eventually. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how. I don't like this at all. Hmm. Okay. So yes, you need to manage your resources very well. Um, yeah, I believe it's due to the conversation I'm having. I'm not able to like really think about some of the moves I'm making. But interestingly, I can still hold this position. Let's see if I can still hold this position to the end. Let's see. Let's see how I'm going to manage my resources and prevent a checkmate, right? So yeah. What are you doing? Did I just push this off? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I know. I know I fumbled already. Yeah, I just need to resign. Yes, nice game. Let me resign. Yeah, this is a nice game by my opponents. They played very well. Um, yes, they played really well. And yes, thank you for joining the session. Again, manage your finances. A lot of things can go wrong, actually. You can have millions right now, and then in the next few months, it becomes so turbulent. It happens to everybody, right? So it is how you manage your current finances that will determine how you'll be able to scale through those turbulent moments. It happens in chess as well, just like it has happened to me now, right? If I had not exchanged all of my PCs, I believe it might not have gone so badly like this, or if I had, taken time to look at some of the majority of what I've played, right? But then, yeah, I have about three misses, right? I don't think there is enough time to look at the mistakes. But yes, if you have seen any fault in some of my moves that I made, you can just comment below. Again, subscribe to the channel, follow for more of these videos, and thank you for joining this particular and watching this to the end. I hope you save smartly, invest wisely as well, and manage your finances. Yeah, hope this video was helpful. Again, for those that are not familiar with chess, I hope this gives you an opportunity. Chess is going to expand your cognitive ability to think strategically, how to better handle everything. Chess is just life, right? Your finance, relationship, yeah, self with your relationship as well, right? So, and so many other areas of your life, right? You want to develop chess will help you. Yeah. All right. Bye bye.